I'm going to talk to you about learning a new tool. So just sharing my entire screen, apparently. Yep. Digital escape rooms. So I am kind of hoping that in a moment, if I apparently have not done it right, I'm able to share my screen. I think it's loading.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, Brett. It's there, my friend.
So digital escape rooms, digital escape rooms, effectively, I'm a big fan of usual escape rooms. I love the challenge. I love being able to get in there and have a bit of a problem solve, nut things out. And with the advent of Breakout EDU, I sort of saw that there was a avenue to have a bit of a play with a digital version of an escape room for an educational perspective. And I was lucky enough to reach out to a friend of mine, Andrea Tolley, who is based in Tennessee, and she helped me with some OneNote, and we created some digital escape rooms for my class at the time. And the escape room effectively allowed me really to live out this quote by Maria Montessori that we probably have all heard: the greatest sign of success for a teacher is to be able to say the children are now working as if I did not exist. And so often with a digital escape room, with digital work, we are kind of working with that little bit of space between the teacher as the instructor and the student doing the work. And particularly at this point in time, with so many children working from home or working in unusual circumstances, we do have that little distance between the actual educator and the place that the child is working. So we are effectively living out Maria Montessori's vision here. So if we can do that in a pedagogically strong form, then we are able to make sure that we are still achieving deep learning. So digital escape rooms are what I'm going to be talking about. And the beauty of this is that they are very much platform agnostic. I've set one up here as a demonstration in OneNote. That was the way I sort of first was introduced to them. I find it particularly easy to do in OneNote. I think OneNote probably doesn't get enough love as a tool set within the variety of tools that we're able to use. It's a particularly flexible platform. But if you are more partial to even just straight up Word or Google Docs, where I do a lot of my work, you can do the same thing. All you need to do is have a series of pages that you're able to lock with a password. Effectively, you do a task, you set a task, you have the students do the task, and Andrea Tolley showed me how to do this. I mentioned her a little bit earlier. You effectively set a task, the children work through that task. When they complete that task, they unlock a password, they unlock a question, whether that is finding, maybe they do several answers of some sort of comprehension, and if you add every letter up of the words or whatever it might be, that word or that clue becomes a password, or even better, they email to you the work. You can do some quality assurance, and if it's up to satisfactory standard, you can then say, yes, you have satisfactorily achieved the goal of this task. Email the students back the password to unlock the next page. It's really a simple tool that allows you to ensure that you've got teacher check-ins, that you're monitoring the quality of work, that you are making sure there is deep learning happening. You're setting up the pedagogy. It's student pace. They get to work through it. You get to work through the work at a pace that suits their learning, but it's quality assured. Like, you are able to moderate that the students are working to a level that you particularly want them to be able to work at. You can send them back and say, you know what, this is not good enough. I want you to improve on this point. I want you to check your grammar here. I want you to double check that answer. This video is not up to scratch. Whatever the task you set might be, you've got that quality moderation. You've got that quality assurance. When they get it to standard, you then email them the password that unlocks the next page. Now, this is good quality pedagogy, whether you are working from home, whether you are working remotely, whether you are working in the classroom. This is modern digital, contemporary pedagogy, ensuring quality learning, and it is irrelevant of the way in which you deliver it, because we've got this digital platform. As long as you've ensured that everyone has equal, equitable access to the information, then you're able to do this. And the beauty of it is that we can do it in a way that is so flexible that you can do it with young students, older students, whatever topic, because it is based on the pedagogy. It has nothing to do with the tool itself. The tool is not driving the learning. The teacher is the expert. The teacher is driving the quality of learning and ensuring the students are getting the learning that they want. Now, what I have done, I've actually made a little how-to video. So if you would like to learn and go through, I know I've done a really fast snapshot of what this is. If you would like to go to salakas.me/remote learning, I've actually created a little how-to and show people, if you're interested, click here, set this up, etc., etc. I've set up in there different things. So you might, for example, one of the techniques I like to use is just have a single activity where you might open one page and there's a single solitary activity, and maybe you have to go away, maybe you have to watch a YouTube clip because you can embed your own audio so that the students can listen to you speak, or you can embed a video, and then you can ask a follow-up question. They maybe have to read something, they have to view something, so you can check comprehension, understanding what information they're getting, and perhaps that they just grab a key word from that, and that word then unlocks the next page. You might like to do that, or I have clustered activities where you open up a page and you might have 3 or 4 activities that they have to do. The students jump on a tool like an Adobe Spark type of tool where maybe they create a little video that is a summary that is an artifact of the learning they have done with those 4 activities, that clustered activity page. Then they can send the teacher that learning artifact, or however you like to run your lesson. I just find it's particularly powerful. So, look, I hope you like that. What I might do, let me just hop out of this. I'm going to try and just share a different screen. So, just using this for the first time. So I'm just sort of learning on the fly how to use this StreamYard. Graham, you've done a good job. I quite like this tool. It's quite intuitive. Now, hopefully this will pick up. So really what I wanted to do here today is, yeah, look, there's lots of ethical, moral, big concepts that we need to look at, but it doesn't seem to be loading. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the issue here is. Look, rather, just in the interest of time, I might just go back to talking and say, look, I wanted to share something that was a very sensible, pedagogically sound, practical tool that you can implement next week in your classroom. You could put something like this together over the weekend. My apologies for not being able to so easily flick to the example that I had set up in OneNote. Not sure what went wrong there, but look, go and check that video out, and contact me on Twitter at Mr. Salakas if you need any help. I'm happy to give you a hand. Thanks so much for bringing me on here. Graham introduced me by saying that he joined in Aussie Ed and he got some great ideas with the Genius Hour thing. That very much has been my mantra since I've been involved in Twitter, really just facilitating learning, facilitating that connection, doing exactly what you're doing right now, my brother, and that's just getting great educators together and sharing our expertise. No one person knows everything, but if we put a lot of us in a room together, we can't help but talk shop. You put some passionate people there, they're going to talk about the things that they love, and hopefully we inspire each other and we become better educators as a result of it. So thank you so much. I love that I've been able to join here tonight. And I'm going to say tonight because we all know that Australia has the correct time of the world and everyone else is incorrect. But yeah, thanks so much.
Brett, thank you so much. You are a legend. Do you know what, as well? We've got Joy Kerr in later on talking about Genius Hour, so I'm absolutely wrapped about it.
I've got a funny feeling we may have even been talking. Genius Hour may have been based on a lot of Joy Kerr's. That particular chat actually referenced a heavy amount of Joy Kerr's work, so it's quite apt that she happens to be on this event tonight as well.
Do you know what? People are loving your idea. They really, especially, in lockdown times. There was a couple of questions, actually, which people said, can you use it in Google Classrooms? Do you know, Brett?
Yeah, for sure. This is the beauty of it, because it's a cloud, because all of these sorts of platforms are a cloud-based tool. It's just a link that you need to share out. So you just share out the link almost to the mother page, like the landing page. It's a little bit like a website. You've got everything sort of hyperlinked in there. In OneNote, you've got something. If you're familiar with OneNote, you might have something and you've got a couple of tabs, and the students unlock each tab. But if you do it in Google Docs, all you need to do then is have a folder with a whole bunch of pages in the folder, and the pages are password. The docs are password protected. You send the children the link to the folder. The first activity they can open up, no problem. And then every other thing is just password protected. It's really, really simple. And this is what I love about it, is that it's platform agnostic. It doesn't really matter if you're an Office person, if you're a Google Docs, whatever sort of platform you like to use, irrelevant. You just have this technique, and it's up to you, your expertise. You drive the pedagogy as the teacher, not the tool. And that's what really is the winning ticket for this method.
Love it. I expect the engagement's really good as well, Brad, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I started it a few years ago, got into it really heavily in 2016 particularly. I was doing some really wicked things with sort of work on space and really deep diving into inquiry, and particularly then my passion of digital inquiry. Yeah. And for me, it's become sort of the bedrock of that digital inquiry sort of practice that I have.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much for joining us again, Brett, especially, this time. This is the right time, but, and we've got Zena joining us a bit later too.
Zena, waving the Aussie Ed flag there. That's great. Yeah. You've got Zena here. It's excellent.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks again.
I know you're probably pressed for time, so I appreciate being able to give me a little window, and hopefully in some small part I've added to the beautiful digital tapestry that you're creating here tonight.
I think you certainly have, sir. Thank you very much. Take care.
Right, no worries. See you.